Today we're going to discuss mutually exclusive events, and that means that they have no outcomes in common. We've seen this kind of an event before, but not quite in this way. So let's jump right into this first example, and we'll get our explanation going as we do work through this problem. We are going to choose one card from a deck of playing cards. When we pick this one card, we want to know what is the probability, over here, what's the probability of it being a black queen and, at the same time, a red 5. What's the probability if I grab a deck, or grab a card out of a deck, that it is a black queen and a red 5? Okay, now I know that a couple of you don't have a lot of card playing experience, but has anyone in the room ever seen a black queen that is also at the same time a red 5?
Nope. Oh, okay.
No! That card does not exist. So the probability of it being those two things at the same time is 0. These two events, the black queen and the red 5, are mutually exclusive. Why are they mutually exclusive? Go ahead. Okay, somebody else? Oh, go ahead.
Wait, are you saying together?
Why are they mutually exclusive? Why is the event of drawing a black queen and the event of drawing a black 5 mutually exclusive? What? Thank you. Right, there's no card that exists that is both of those things. That's how we know that it's mutually exclusive. They have nothing in common. Well, they're both cards, but that's about it. Okay? Let's jump down and take a look at a couple more. Number 2. A fair-sided die is rolled. What is the probability of rolling a number less than 3 or rolling a 5? Do I have to roll the number less than 3 and the number 5 at the same time?
No.
Correct, because there's an or involved. Okay? So,
Is that what you multiply?
yeah. What's the probability of less than 3? 2 out of 6. What's the probability that the number I roll is a 5?
1 out of 6.
And it's an or situation, so I'm going to add those two together. If it had been an and, I would multiply. And same as it has been, you don't have to reduce, but of course on your homework, what did they do for those multiple choice answers? They reduce, so be sure you frac on your calculator, okay? I like this box this time.
For months.
If we have an or situation, we are simply going to add the two probabilities. We'll know that it's mutually exclusive because if we try to do the two things at the same time, it'll be equal to 0. So let me go up here to our die that we just rolled. What is the probability that the number is less than 3 and a 5?
0.
0. There is no number less than 3 that is also equal to 5. So this is a 0 out of 6. So number 2 is a mutually exclusive event. Okay? It is mutually exclusive. because I can add the ors together, but if I try to combine them with an and, it can't
So
happen.
as long as it's an or, it's possible if it's an
If it's an and, then it's what we did earlier this week. Okay? All right. Down here we go. Number 3. We're going to draw how many cards? How many cards? We're going to draw just one card. Find the probability that the card is a king or a queen. Does it tell us what order we have to draw the king or the queen in? No. Okay. So, let's pretend that I draw the king first. What's my chance of getting a king when I draw 4 out of 52? Good. And what's the probability that I get a queen after I have drawn, I'm sorry, I haven't drawn it. Instead, I drew a queen first. So still a 4 out of 52. Now, would it look any different if I had drawn a queen first?
no, so
Right, there's still going to be 4 out of 52 each.
So wait,
how's there 50 cards left though?
do you not add the bottom?
So you're drawing them like completely
Correct,
different
it's
times.
like terms. I'm only drawing one card, Brandon.
Like,
Okay.
then you have
Okay,
two decks
so
and
the
then you
chance
draw
I'm gonna, that when I reach my hand and you get a queen or a king out, it's gonna be 8 out of 52, okay? So the order does not matter. Whether it was a king first or a queen first, I still get the same answer, okay? Just making sure we're good with that. What's the probability that I put my hand into that deck of cards and I get a king-queen card? Why?
There's a possibility of it.
Okay, that one does not exist. 0 out of 52. Card does not exist.
Unless it's a new deck.
No,
That someone exists.
because it is a standard deck, we have no weirdness going on. Okay? If we're gonna get into some kind of magic deck that, you know, the magician is having with his top hat and the rabbit pops out, that's a different story. Not so. This is a standard deck of cards. To the back. Okay. Number 4, we're going to draw 2 cards this time, and we are not going to put them back. So what's the probability that 2 cards are a king and a queen?
0.
There.
Hold on, I drew 2 cards.
So
Oh,
8
gotcha.
out of 52.
Okay, so you gotta think. You gotta think, you gotta think, you gotta think. It would be 8 out of 52, but I'm not putting back that second card.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So you do 52 then?
probability of king, well, they started with queen, but it won't matter, we're gonna do the other one. Probability of a queen, okay. Probability of a king is 4 out of 52. I did not put that one back.
Oh, 4 out of 51.
So now to get the queen, correct, there's 4 out of 51. Yes,
Wait, what
okay. What if I had gotten the queen first? Okay. Okay, so order doesn't matter, we're gonna end up with the same answer both times, right? And if you wanted to reduce that, you certainly could, you could crack that easily. So order doesn't matter, 16 out of 26, 52 is what your chances are of getting a king and a queen and then a king. So for those of you who are gonna go to the casino someday when you're old enough and play blackjack,
Yes.
okay? Your chances of getting a queen and a king are pretty slim. And then they're even smaller
Wait,
because,
that's the odds?
yeah,
They're smaller because there's other queens in there.
well, it'd be equal for everybody, but we have a third card that you get when you play blackjack. Right? No, only 2 cards when you play blackjack. Sorry, my bad. Go.
like, how many, like, I don't know how to ask this.
Okay,
How many 5s are in a deck?
4.
So there's 4 in the suit.
There's 1 in each suit, there's 4 suits. There's a 5 of hearts, a 5 of diamonds, a 5 of clubs, a 5 of spades. 2 are black, 2 are red.
Oh,
Okay, great. Number 5, we're gonna roll 2 dice. How many are we rolling? Good. 2 dice. What's the probability that the sum of the numbers is equal to 9? Okay, let's see. Can I do 1 plus anything to get 9? 2 plus anything to get 9? 3?
Yeah.
6.
Can I also do 6 plus 3 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 plus 5.
4 and 5?
5 and 4.
Okay.
Have 10.
And that covers it. So it's looking to be like it, there's 4 out of something. Okay, let's see. So, on my first roll, I have a possibility of 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers out of 6, right? And then for my second roll, I have 4 out of 6.
Doesn't that take one of those?
Oh, I'm with you.
Doesn't that take one of those things away?
Yes, because we want it to be a sum of, you're correct. So, do I have it out of 12? Some of you were saying 12. It's going to be out of 36, right? Because each of my times I could get 6. And then my top number is that. So 1/3 of the time I'm going to have a sum of 9. Once out of every 3 times. I don't know why we use sum of 9, but moving on, we do.
Which you gave me.
I guess. Nadine has some quarters. She pulls out 2 coins and does not put them back. How many coins is she taking?
2.
2 of them. What is the probability that Nadine has at least 35 cents?
Yeah.
We have talked about the 35-cent thing before, yes. I think our coins were different at that point. So, what are the possible combinations that are going to give me 35 cents or more?
I don't know.
A quarter and a dime gets me at least 35 cents, good.
2 quarter and 2 nickels.
I'm only picking 2 coins, okay?
A quarter and a quarter.
Quarter and a quarter. Is there any other way I can get 35 cents from what Nadine has in her pocket? Okay. So, Nadine puts her hand in her purse first, and wait, let's see, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 coins to begin with. She puts her hand in first, and what kind, or how many of the coins can we pick out in our first pull?
2.
Okay. We could get any of the 6 quarters, right? If I want to do the quarter dime thing.
Yeah, it's like 6.
6 quarters, and how many dimes do I have?
1 and 11.
Okay. So that takes care of quarter dime combination. What's it going to look like if I do dime then quarter?
12 times 6 out of 11.
Okay. What's it going to look like if I do quarter quarter?
6 out of 12, 6 out of 11, 5 out of 11.
Who has questions on those numbers? Okay, so to find the probability, we're going to calculate each of these different scenarios. So I'm not going to reduce my fractions right now. I'm simply going to multiply. I just multiplied each pair. And then I'm going to add those together. And this one, just because it was kind of a cool thing, because I'm kind of weird like that, I did reduce. Right, 7 out of 22 chances. 7 out of 22 times, she'll end up with at least 35 cents. Let's walk real quickly through your homework, please. I want to be sure it's a long weekend, and I'm guessing you won't bother doing this until at least Monday night at 9 o'clock. There's a good chance it'll be Tuesday during homeroom or later.
You know so well.
I have been doing this a long time. On your homework, questions 1, 2, and 3, very straightforward, like example number 2 in our notes. Questions number 1, 2, and 3, very straightforward, like example number 2 in our notes. Questions 4 and 5 get into that without replacement, with replacement kind of thing. So more like example number 6 in your notes.
Which one is like that, 5?
4 and 5 are more like number 6 that we just finished. On the back, number 7 has you work out the problem in 4 steps. Okay? It has you sort of slow down and take it step by step. So A, B, and C are straight up multiplying your 2 fractions. A, B, and C are straight up multiplying the 2 fractions. A, B, and C are straight up multiplying the 2 fractions. Letter D then is going to involve some addition. Letter D in number 6 involves adding. Number 7 actually leads you into what we're going to do on Tuesday. And the only one that's sort of tricky is letter C. And letter C will actually involve subtraction. Okay, so that's just a quick walk through your homework.